You ready? Let's go.
What's up, everybody? It's Brandon again, back at you with another episode of Ball Sports. Since the NBA season's down and for the foreseeable future, it doesn't look like it's going to be coming back up anytime soon. I figured I'd give you the best players in the NBA right now and give you the case for each player. I got a couple of them, and I'm just going to go through the list. And then I got my number one pick at the bottom, which is everybody should obviously know already, but I'm going to give them to you anyway. We'll start off with James Harden. James Harden's the best shooter in the game right now and can create his own shots out of nothing. I know he's a lot of dribble, but Harden seems to be getting the job done. He's scored 40 points on average for the last 20 or so games before the break. This man's just been going crazy. The step backs and the double step backs that he's created has revolutionized the game. Everybody's copying it. And everybody's really transitioning to more of an isolation ball. Even LeBron's kind of put his own little mark on the isolation ball, even though he still continues to be a great player. James Harden has made this isolation ball very, very effective, and I continue to see the younger players copycatting what he's been doing so far. People like Trae Young, Luka Doncic, everybody is more focused on isolation ball and just scoring on one-on-one matchups. We'll move on to Giannis. Giannis is the best big man with a dribble in the league right now, can drive to the basket at will. No question about this. The only question about Giannis is can he shoot from the three-point line consistently. And, we've seen spurts where he can and we've seen spurts where he couldn't. So it'll just be interesting to tell whether Giannis can develop a three-point ball, and that'll make him probably the best player in the league. Besides LeBron, he'll probably take the torch from LeBron when LeBron retires and be the best player in the league so far. We'll move on to Luka Doncic. He's really young and is one of the top three scorers in the NBA right now. He has a mean step back. I was talking about this earlier. Luka's focused on the isolation ball and the one-on-one matchups, the step backs, and creating space. This guy, for how young he is, he's really leaving his mark on the game already, which is crazy. It's a good thing to see, and it's a bad thing to see. Luka can also drive a little bit. He's good at drawing fouls, and he's a decent team player, believe it or not, on a Mavericks team who doesn't really have much besides him right now. He's getting the job done for him, and the Mavericks will probably make the playoffs if we continue back up because of him, and solely because of him. We'll move on to Steph Curry. I know he's been kind of injured, and he's been on and off whether he's going to be on the court, and I know his Warriors are just getting their ass beat consistently now. But you can't leave Steph Curry out this conversation for one of the best players in the league when healthy. Steph Curry has the deepest range and can lead his team at will. He's constantly moving, creating space for the offense. We've seen Curry get close to triple-doubles before. He's a little guy. Doesn't do much dunking, more of a driving layup. Also, again, another one with a mean step back who can create his own space. And Steph probably has the deepest range out of anybody in the league, including Harden, which is insane to say. But Steph Curry is probably the best scorer. Him and Harden, there's no debate whether it's him or Harden, honestly, as far as they can drive to the basket, or they can, step back, or they can shoot from the logo. Steph Curry is one of the best, and I continue to see him develop in his game and becoming a better player each year. So it's good to see Steph get back on the court. I know he just got back from the wrist injury, but he's back on the court, and I continue to see him shine and develop his game. Steph Curry, you can't leave him out of the mix. My favorite player, Russell Westbrook. The reason why I put Russell Westbrook on here is he has evolved his game and is the best point guard in the league, and can drive on anyone. That's just a fact. Before this whole outbreak, Russell Westbrook was leading everybody in points in the paint. That includes centers, that includes power forwards, that includes Giannis, and people who, DeAndre Jordan, Andre Drummond. He leads, even LeBron, he leads everybody in points in the paint this year, which is crazy to see a 6'4" point guard do. Doesn't really have much of a three ball. He's consistently went down on the three ball. But he can drive on anybody, he can dunk on anybody, and we've seen it for years. That's why Westbrook had to be on this list. He's also revolutionized the game in ways that everybody can see, as far as how he drives, how he gets to the basket, drawing fouls, his dunks, how fast he is on the fast break. You can't leave Westbrook out this, and anybody that wants to argue, I'll keep giving them facts. You can't leave Westbrook out of this conversation no matter what. And then we move on to the best player in the league, who has been the best player in the league for a very, very long time. And I guarantee you guys could have seen this coming, but it's got to be LeBron James. This guy is the best basketball player of all time. And when I say best, I mean he gets rebounds, he gets assists. The man's averaging 10 assists right now in his 17th season. LeBron is the best player in basketball and will continue to be the best basketball player until he retires, and I cannot stress this enough. LeBron is raising up and dunking on people. He's even developed a three-point ball more. Even in his later years, his three-point percentage has got better. How many he hits has got better. This guy just seems to get better with age, honestly, and it's kind of crazy in his 17th year that he's still putting up 27 a game. I know he's averaging 10 assists before the outbreak. LeBron's the greatest basketball player right now, and he's the best basketball player of all time. LeBron has been the best in the NBA for years. He's got great basketball IQ. His leadership is second to none, and he's the best. Like I said, he's the best of all time. He's the best teammate of all time. He's the best NBA player of all time. You can argue Jordan and you can argue Kobe, but they were more of scorers. If we're going off best basketball player of all time, it's got to be LeBron James, and I don't want to hear any arguments about that. This guy can literally do anything. He could play point guard, or he could go all the way down to center, if you ask me, and lock up the best center on the opposing team. He fits in where's needed, and that's something in itself. This has been another episode of Ball Sports, so let me know how you feel in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and as always, enjoy the video.